For lesson 13, we are going to learn a new chord. First we had our C chord, C, E, G. Because we have the C, then we go up a third to E, and up a fifth to G. It's going to be the same thing when we're doing a G7 chord, but that 7 is going to be an extra thing. Now remember, when we're looking at the staff, the treble clef, we have C, D, E, F, G, then we start over again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So with the G7 chord, that means the starting note of the chord is G, then we go up a third to B, that's the third line, and then we go up a fifth to D. And the G, B, D, that's our triad, G, B, D. A third, a fifth. But then we're adding a seventh. That's where that 7 comes in. So we're going to have G, B, D, and F. Now when we're playing, we're not going to have our hand in C position and then move everything up to G and then back down to C and up to G. We're going to take these notes and we're going to move some of them down. So, for example, when we're in C position, we have our G already, so we're going to keep that G. Then we're going to take that F, the new note, which is the most interesting note, and we're going to do it, the F right below the G. Then we're going to take the B, which is going to be one step below C. And then we're just going to leave out the D altogether. It'll still have the right sound that we want, but we won't have to have all 4 notes. That would get kind of muddy sounding. So it's going to be these 3 notes, both from the treble clef and the bass clef. This is what the bass clef looks like, and that's where we're starting. So here's our chord for C, C, E, G. Here's the chord for the G7 with the B down there, the F, and the G. We're going to start with the arpeggios. So right now, let's do the first measure, our C, E, G, which we've done before. Ready, set, go. C, E, G. Now to get the B, the F, and the G, we're going to learn it backwards. We're going to start with the G. So put down your thumb, finger number 1 for the G, finger number 2 for the F, and then finger number 5 is going to move down a step to the B, the note right below the C. And there's our chord. There's our arpeggio. B, F, G. So we're going to do the first one again. Ready? Go. C, E, G, then we move our pinky, finger number 5, down to get to the B, F, G, then we go back, pinky has to move back to the C, C, E, G, and moves down again, B, F, G. So this just makes it easier when we take that chord, we move the notes around, we call it inverting it. We inverted the chord, so that we could have them in a position where our hands are already. Okay, let's do this whole line. Ready, set, go. C, E, G, B, F, G, C, E, G, B, F, G. Now look to the bottom of the page where we have a C chord. Then we go to the G7, and they even put the arrow for where your pinky has to move. And then back to the C. And there's all this information here that you can read through, but it's kind of explains what I was just doing. So right now we're going to do this line, and then we're going to jump down to here. Here we go. Ready, set, go. C, E, G, B, F, G, C, E, G, B, F, G, chords. G7, back to C. I'll do it one more time. This time I won't be saying it. 1, 2, 3, 4. practice it just that way. And now we can use those chords in some songs. So we have Merrily We Roll Along. So the melody is in the right hand. So let's just play the melody right now. 1, 2, ready, go. E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, 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 E, G, G, E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, D, E, D, C. Pretty simple fingerings for that. Notice how the first two measures are exactly the same. Now we're going to do the left hand. So we have these C chords tied together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. G7. 1, 2, 3. Back to C. 2, 3, 4. C. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. G7. And back to C. So practice one hand, practice the other hand, then you can do both hands together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. G7. C. C chord. G7. C. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next song is Largo, and Largo actually means slow. This is a very slow tune. It's written by Anton Dvorak. It's from his New World Symphony. I'm going to play through it once. Listen. 2, 3, 4. And that can be even slower than that if you want. So as we look at this, we look at the right hand, that's where the melody is. Goes up a third, down some steps, mostly seconds and thirds. And the first line and second line start the same, and it changes at the end. With the left hand, it's 2 measures of C, and then it's written originally 2 measures of G7, but I added that extra half note there just because there's a long time to wait for that whole note. So that's something a little added. And then the second line, whole notes. That line is just the same as that one. So again, as always, you're going to practice one hand and then the other, and then you put them together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C. G7. Add another G7. Then back to C. G7. One last time without me saying anything. 1, 2, 3, 4.